And we're good, I think. Yeah. Wonderful. I pray that this is finally the time that the stars have aligned and that today is the day that on this run of this game I defeat this boss, because this is getting ridiculous. Yeah, I'm no spiel for the YouTube video this time. I just want this guy dead. It's been several days since I last attempted this, and I'm hoping that the experience I gained last session, which was very, very close to killing him, will be enough. That's about it. Even this journey to the boss room, despite the fact that it's quite short, is getting old. Please. I pray for, more than anything, as with last time, good meatball RNG and good laser RNG. That's what I actually want. Everything else is on me at the end of the day. If I make a risky move, that's my fault. The meatballs, though, I refuse to acknowledge that death is down to me. Okay. Well, that's the first run. This is never going to work, but gotta try, right? Give us a nice first attack. I mean, he kind of did, but he also dodged my counter, so I'm not sure that counts. That was close. Hey. Good lad. Yeah, it definitely isn't worth charging an attack with this sword, is it? This is really spam R1 the game, and I know that, but Soul Level 1 kind of proves it even more. Come on. I shouldn't have gone for that. Like, I know I'm not dead, but I could have killed me there. I don't know why I did that. I've learnt that can kill you, so I just shouldn't have done it. There's very few attacks you can actually safely attack after. That's what I'm learning more and more. That's a good one, though. That's one of my faves. I don't think you can follow that up. Then again, this is what I said all of last stream, and I was almost always wrong, so let's not actually assume that. Right, this will be the down. Okay, and then we go in for an attack, and we probably die here, because this is hard to get used to, but no, I didn't die there, which I'm very happy about. Wow, he gave me a really nice combo there. More of that, please, mate. You're at half health. That's beautiful. Oh, this is not so beautiful. At least I saw that coming though. Oh, not again. I can hear them charging up for a laser. Which is why I'm being a bit cautious. Oh, okay, that's fair enough. Don't care. Dodge mistiming, and for the first attempt, getting towards half health. I thought he actually was on half health in the second phase. I'm fine with that mistake. Just gotta try and not let it happen. But yeah, that's fine. Come on. Yeah, that particular shield attack has given me problems before now. Not regularly, but it is a killer occasionally. Purely because he rarely does just that attack. Usually it's part of a combo. And so my muscle memory is sort of fine with it in the combo, because it's not, I think it's the last what he does almost always, so that attack comes around and you recognize it and you're like, okay, I know what I'm doing here. But that's not the case at all when it's the single attack. It's very different. Oh my god, it actually nearly glitched out. That's a thing that can happen, and that would have made this fight extremely easy, but I don't think I would have accepted that as a victory anyway, because that does not count. Ornstein just walks into a wall. That was risky. Should not have done that. idiotic. I should be dead. I'm not getting. Well, again, really nice first phase, but I just gotta not be an idiot now. Okay, that was fine, Meatball RNG. Oh, what? Did I not have time to dodge that? Seriously? Wow. Either I reacted slower than I thought, or that just isn't dodgeable when you attack the... I really need the loo. This was stupid. I shouldn't have started streaming, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Wait, is this streaming the correct? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Oh, not bad first few attempts. Not bad. Found that last death a bit strange, but it's fine. I reckon we can do it this session. I'll be streaming for probably 2-3 hours. That's plenty of attempts. Feeling good about this. I kind of hope one day someone comes across this stream and doesn't realise that it's Soul Level 1. And they're just like, why do you suck so much? Because honestly, I mean, I know I've said a similar thing a lot in the last stream, but this boss, casually, is just nowhere near this. Oh my god, nowhere near. This is not... If you asked me to list the bosses of Dark Souls 3 in order of difficulty, Ornstein would have been near the bottom in my casual list, 100%. It's not a difficult boss fight. I really wish that was true right now, but hey, at least it'll be an accomplishment when it's done. I do still believe that. It'll be a good feeling. Don't do me like that, man. Don't do the double swing and then not follow up, because then you make me think I could have got attacks in. Which, had I have actually attacked, I'm sure you would have murdered me. So. Oh, that's a dick move. Wow, that's a big combo. I completely forgot he could do that. That was massive. Like, that was like almost everything he could do in phase 1 in one. Oh, come on, and that's super rare. That was just horrible. That went from like pretty decent to very south very quickly. I think that's part of what it is, actually, is that this boss isn't very varied, really. Like, his attacks are... I don't know. There's a good variety, but they're pretty standard, shall we say. They're not particularly interesting visually. But what I'm getting at here is that despite that, I think what makes it really difficult in Soul Level 1 is that unlike a lot of other bosses, well, it's not necessarily unlike a lot of others, but it's not common. He can chain almost any of those attacks together. Now, obviously, that's the case for a lot of bosses to some degree, where they can do one attack and then another. Obviously, they can mix and match many ways. But Ornstein does really quick combos of different small attacks. And that makes the timings really, really odd for some of it. I mean, maybe I'm just making up excuses at this point, who knows, but hey, that's what it feels like. What can I say? I just realised I really didn't need to put the brake slide up for me going to the loo. That was like 2 minutes. Shit, did I re-enable my mic? Yeah, I did. Good. That was close. Wait, did he not charge me until I tab back in? If not, that's really weird. So rare for him to do that one attack only. That's irritating, because if I knew that, then I'd go for attacks. Oh, that's bad. I'm in a bad place to even get close for that, so I'm not gonna. Beautiful 2 attacks. I think actually rolling into him when he does that is really good. Because sometimes that means that if you miss the dodge timing, you can still avoid him just by moving, which is just really convenient. So I think I'm going to try and roll. Because obviously I'm not rolling away, because you almost never roll away in Dark Souls, but I'm rolling to the side a lot, and I feel like maybe I should just be rolling towards him. Well, I said that as I rolled backwards. Did I run? I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have a look at the replay. Oh, I can't. Damn it! It's actually very much up to date. Okay, my guess is what happened there, because it was obscured by the weapons, that I held down space a fraction of a second too long and ran. Because I definitely didn't this time that. You can hear the space bar. Climbing like a monkey. So it makes me want to just murder that priest dude, just so that I can say that I've killed something in the last, like, 5-6 hours of gameplay on this run. I know I shouldn't really complain. There are much harder runs you can do of Dark Souls. You know, if this was Yorm, New Game +7, Fist only, then it would be a different story, it's true, but I feel like that would be easier but more tedious, but I might be wrong. Because maybe that would be difficult just because of the length of time. Because I think the Fist only Yorm fight at that level is like 45 minutes long or something. Like even if you're hitting him all the time. Whereas this, if I do it right, is going to be like what, 20, not even 20 minutes, nowhere near, well, no, like 7 minutes or something. Most fights in the Salt of One run are going to be quite short, I would have thought. Other than the ones towards the end, when the bosses get like crazy health and phases and shit. Like Lady Freed is probably going to be quite a big boss fight. I mean, this is alright so far. It's a weird, it's kind of strange pattern, but it's fine. I'm getting the damage in. Shouldn't have gone for that. Lucky not to be dead there. I sound like Hagrid from the first Harry Potter film. I shouldn't have told you that. Well, he doesn't talk like that, does he? You get what I mean? That was a very strange Hagrid impression. I wasn't confident that was going to be on its own. I thought that might be part of the combo. Whoa, camera! Can you not 180 on me like that? That was nauseating. I reckon 1 or 2 more hits and they'll phase change, so... No! Oh wow, Nocky must be dead there. I thought that was the shield bash, not the shield swipe. I don't know, rolling back... Hello? Wow. I think either... Okay, so either I'm running there and just not realising it, or I'm dodging into him, and because of that, maybe my dodge timing is maybe the dodge timing I have is because I'm usually dodging to the side, and therefore I'm not using the iframes, I'm just not in the way. I don't know. Or it was just a mistimed dodge, end of story. It's probably the most likely explanation. I mean, it's times like this that I look at my watch and I see that it's not even been, it's been like quarter of an hour, and we've had this many attempts and a few of them have been good, and that's when I think that this is the stream. This is the time. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. That's what I think. Please. Please. Right. God, why is my hair so annoying? That was the most unnecessary backstep any boss has ever done. That was so weird. Okay, no combo. Good. Decent so far. Though God knows why I'm saying that out loud. That's just a way to jinx yourself. Although I don't actually believe in the idea of a jinx, so I know I should really just say it and not give a shit. But yeah, fuck it. This is going great so far. See, I'm not dead. Everything's fine. Okay, now I'm dead because I was done. Wow. I'm so amazed. I don't deserve to be alive. Genuinely, that was stupid. Like, I actually attacked when I knew it wasn't safe. I do not deserve to be alive in this game right now. Oh, I went for the third attack, now I'm dead. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. Which attack is it? That one. Wait, you can just walk back from that? You don't have to iframe it? I thought he didn't even do it! Unless you... Okay, I have to rethink that whole strat because that was so much safer. I wasn't even in the way. Okay, this is going to be that one. Yep. That's fine. That was easy to dodge. Well, easy. Oh, fuck. I think I see a big meatball. I'm scared. Big meatball, the killer one. Yeah, I do. I'm going to start walking this way because I can see it. Okay. I got so distracted just then, but it didn't kill me, so it's fine. I'm going to come over to this side of the arena, but I never do this. That's a good attack. Almost always get an attack in there, which is nice. I don't know why I never go over to this side of the arena, to be honest. Which one's this? Good. No follow-up either. I'm fine with that, though. This is the bit where I genuinely think this bit of the music is just so much worse than Phase 1. Like, Phase 1's just better. Oh, I can't even see that from here. Oh, that sounds like lasers. Wait, mate, you here? Yeah, it definitely is lasers and I might be dead. Who knows? Wow, that was big meatball and lasers. Okay, well, I'm glad I died to Ornstein. I can't blame the game for it. I was too distracted, but that's the thing. That's what sucks so much about something like lasers, right? Is that if you make specific strategies to avoid them, if you get annoyed at them and you blame the game, like I am doing, then you come up with strategies to avoid them. In that particular case, I heard the sound and I thought to myself, okay, be on the lookout for them. If you see one, run away from it. I didn't even see one as it happened, but as soon as it was over, I was like, oh my god, thank god, I'm alright, and then you die because you're not paying attention. Like, literally, the moment the lasers have stopped, you've got to have your attention back on, you know, the boss that's trying to kill you. And that is a difficult skill to master, I suppose. I mean, multitasking is a part of Souls, admittedly, because, like, there are multiple enemy boss fights, obviously. I mean, I want to say less so in Dark Souls 3 than 2, but still a fair few. But yeah, I guess I should just treat this like that. It just sucks though, because every time that happens, I dodge the lasers and I don't kill Ornstein. I think, god damn, well next time I get that close, I am going to die by lasers and it'll be annoying. It's just, yeah. I mean, that's the gambler's fallacy. It doesn't make it any more or less likely, but so I shouldn't actually think that. It's just how it feels. It's amazing how many people actually think like that. Like people who, like when you actually question them about it, they realise they're wrong. But it's just incredible how many people think that by rolling a 6 on a d6, for example, once, that somehow makes it less likely that they're going to do the same again the next time. Like, rolling a number on a dice does not affect the odds of you rolling any number on that same dice or a different dice whenever you next roll it. It's just completely irrelevant. It's a complete misuse of conditional probability. It is really quite odd. Oh, you bitch. That I don't think I've ever seen him chain that many shield attacks at once. I thought, right, that's it. Even though in other contexts he definitely can follow that up, in this one he won't because he's done so many shield attacks. How wrong was I? Bloody hell. It seems like rolling away from him really does bait that overhead, which is good. So I'm going to employ that quite a lot. Because the overhead is one of the highest probabilities that you're going to get an attack in. Because even if he does that combo, then you can hit him 100%. Oh shit, I wasn't sure if you could iframe that or not. I don't think I even did. What do you do? Okay, that's fine. And now the shitty part. I'm not sure that was safe. That seemed like... Yeah, sometimes he does that. I didn't even know that was possible. Oh, don't meatball me, you cunts. Please. Just no mega meatball, that's all I ask. I don't care about the little ones. What are you doing? Okay, I had to make sure. It's just so discouraging because you get to hit him so much less in this phase. Just because of the meatballs and the lasers and his different combos. That's going to be the... yeah, that's fine. That one's pretty easy if you're concentrating. I think that's a big meatball that's coming, so... Yeah, it was. I just got lucky. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was a meatball shell. That's lasers, I think. And I'm fucked. No, I'm not. Okay. I nearly rolled into that, which is pretty tragic, but I didn't somehow, so let's not complain. I keep baiting that attack and I'm really happy. Like, please keep doing that. For a second I thought that was a new attack and I was terrified, because I was like, mate, I am not dealing with new combos. That's my fault. Totally fine with that. That's one of the best attempts I've had yet, and I misdodged. That's fine. Yeah, not angry about that. That's good. Come on, one more of them and he's done. Definitely. One more of them and he's absolutely done. That was a quarter health. At that point, we're talking, you know, maybe 3-4 overheads and a bit of R1 spam at some point, or he's done. What percentage is my phone on? 35. Okay, cool. Yeah, since I'm at uni, I don't have my second monitor with me, so to monitor chat should someone actually arrive, I have to use my phone. I'll probably plug it in actually. That'd be easier. Where's my charger? Ooh, do I have mail? Email? No, I don't. Sad times. Oh wait, no, I don't want to put the phone to sleep. I just want it charging. Right, there we go. Cool. Right, come on. We are 25 minutes into the stream and he nearly died. Let's go. In an ideal world, I would like to beat Ornstein and get to the Twin Princes in this stream. That would be nice. Well, in an ideal world, I'd beat both of them, but I do think that's a bit optimistic. I know the Twin Prince is going to be fucking solid. Because that is just a hard boss fight casually, let alone in this room. Should I go for that? Probably not, but I did. Okay, I'm on the wrong side. That's fine. I feel like I probably could get one attack in there, even if I'm on the wrong side, but it's just not worth the risk. I will say that I don't think I've actually mentioned this yet. Regardless of the fact that I don't think it's the best boss fight in the world anyway, I do think that Ornstein's new design for this game is really cool. The way they changed up the Dragon Slayer armor, and the fact that he relies on a shield now and big axe thing rather than his spear is pretty cool. Because they brought him back in almost exactly the same way in Dark Souls 2, and that was just fucking cheap. At least he's modified ABS thing. Shouldn't really dodge that attack in that direction because you're giving yourself the weirdest time to imagine. Oh my god, yeah, it definitely feels like... I know I was saying a minute ago that I shouldn't dodge away for this boss at all, but I don't feel like that's true actually, because for some attacks it baits out the overhead and that's just brilliant. Like, that is absolutely what you want. The overheads are the best. See, look there, overhead. Because then I can 100% get an attack in. Well, I say 100%, it's definitely not 100%, it's just the vast majority of the time, which is really good. Okay, is that the... No, it's that one. Okay, that's fine. And he's giving me an overhead, which is nice, because I can follow that up. That's a laser. It's fine, though. Can't see because of the camera, but can't really do much about that, can we? What's that? That's the good one. And an overhead. Beautiful. I thought he was doing a shield attack there. He wasn't. Is that more laser or no? No, it's meatball shower. Okay, that's fine. Could have gone for that, but I'm glad I didn't, because he... Wow, I've never seen him do that at short range. I'm so glad I reacted to that. I thought I was fucked just there. That's another laser. Couldn't see where it was coming from, but I'm alive. Give us a nice attack, please. What's that? Is that a laser or not? I think it is. God knows where it is then. Yeah, it definitely is. I think it's way over there though. Oh no, it's on Ornstein himself. I wish that could hurt him. That would make this fight a lot easier. Oh, bullshit. There was a big meatball, but it didn't reach me, so it's all good. And as if he did that attack while there was a big meatball, so I couldn't fucking do anything about it. That's just me. God, I'm so sweaty today. It's ridiculous. Oh, genuinely, it's been really cold this last week here. And I bought some new antiperspirant today just because it's got a bit warmer, and so I think my body's got used to being like super cold because it got so fucking cold. I started sweating a fair bit today, like way more than usual, and I'd run out of antiperspirant. God, I am sweating like a pig today. It's ridiculous. It's not that warm. It's just not like -5. And all this while I'm trying to kill this bastard. It's the last thing. Definitely laser. I have a feeling I'm not going to be as lucky this time with the placement. That looks like it's really close. It was. I'm so glad I chose the right direction there. I actually go off purely audio there by just assuming my ears were hearing exactly where it was coming from. Just need to look at chat. No one's here. I don't even know why I bothered. That was stupid. I could have been definitely very easily there. Where's that laser? Oh, I killed myself. Yep. And that is the worst because that is all about absolutely insane reaction times. Because, yes, I saw that, right? But just a fraction too late for me to stop my roll. Because the natural direction for me to roll was, I think it was left at the time. And that just happens to be where the laser was, and I could not see it in time. I think, really, the issue with the lasers is not that they're inherently unfair. It's the fact that because they don't give you much warning before they happen, if you don't see them well in advance, you have to go off purely audio, and that's just not reliable enough. That was so annoying as well, because that was even closer. But at the end of the day, as long as we keep getting closer and closer, I'm fine, because that means that we will get there. And this is already... That attempt just there was one of the best ones we've had, full stop. And that was, like, super early in the stream. That's only after half an hour, so... If we carry on like this, we'll be fine. I just need to not be disheartened by that, because other than that, I dodged other lasers loads in that fight really successfully. The only thing which is worse than the lasers is the giant meatballs, because sometimes, genuinely, they don't have enough of an audio cue and you just don't see them, and then they just turn up and they one-shot you. So you just can't do anything about it. That's the worst. So I can't really complain to the maximum until that happens again, because that's just the worst way to do it. Ah, that's such a rare combo, and it's fucking horrible, because usually you can attack there. I'm so glad I didn't. I'm getting better at baiting out the overheads, though. I didn't realise just how often he does that if you're not near him, but even just then, if he does the 2 swipe, if you're close, he probably won't follow it up, or he'll do a shield attack. If you're far away, it feels like 70% of the time or something. He'll go for it. Oh god. Yo Sam, how's it hanging? Thank you for believing in me. It's getting so freaking close. I've been massacred mostly by lasers the last few attempts, which is, it feels real bad, man, but it's getting closer and closer, so I'm coping. God, the smoke basically obscures it, huh? Right, what are you doing, boy? Nice, best one. Oh, you bastard! That is so rare. That is so rare. I'm trying to figure out whether I should ever go for an attack there, because it feels like it's not consistent enough. But I don't know if I'm doing something to trigger that shield attack, or if it's just a random chance, because boy oh boy, it feels like that's 1 in a million. I don't think I've changed the title of this stream this time or last time. I believe it's set to Dragon Murdering Lump, which, you know what, I'm okay with. I mean, I know what I was going for with Dragon Murdering, given that it's Ornstein. I don't know where Lump came from. That must be... Maybe I just called him that once, I don't know. Need some sieving. Okay. Oh wow, as if that's out of range. That must have been so close. Right, come on. Kill. Oh my god. He really doesn't want to go. He really does not want to attack me, does he? There we go. And overhead. Beautiful. Happened again. Maybe it's not as rare as I think. Maybe I've just been getting lucky. Even more irritating in a while. They fell off a chair. The back walk dodge there. Wow, I was sure he was going to be in the next phase there. I completely misread the health. And again, wow, I just haven't done anywhere near as much damage as I thought, apparently, because I was like, damn, dude, you're going to go second phase now. There it is. Okay. Yep, good. Very, very, very good pattern so I could not tell if he was following that up or not. I think he kind of was there. Well, clearly he was, because he attacked afterwards, so... Oh, the meatball death. Meatball death. I need a counter for that. That is bullshit. I could not see that until it had murdered me. I am not okay with this. I mean, at this point, I may have to go back and edit the archived streams specifically to add a meatball counter, because, my god, those are the worst. I think, to be fair, I kind of deserve one, though, because we've been, big meatball death free for, like, a good 6 or 7 runs here, so maybe it's just karma, but, yeah. Horrible meatball death. I don't know what they were thinking adding that projectile, to be honest. It's very much a Dark Souls 2, let's make this fight harder, but not more interesting or challenging. There's obviously overlap with challenging and hard, but there's making something difficult for the sake of difficulty and making something fun that happens to be difficult. Come on, man. Piece of shit. Oh, I couldn't even see that. Ramparts. Would you call these ramparts? I feel like these count as ramparts. Cry. 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 Doesn't help that my headphones are really not giving me a good time right now. Okay, this is the time. I believe. Come on. Come on. I'm holding on to the fact that when I beat Pontiff, I kept thinking to myself, I'm nowhere near actually finishing this, and then I just did. So I'm hoping for a similar situation here, because it feels like I'm a million miles away and so close at exactly the same time. Also, is anti-aliasing on? Because I feel like my shield is a very good example of that not being the case. Yeah. Fair enough. Please. Please, sir. Wow, I jumped. God knows why. No one knows. First hit registered, boys. First hit's in. Oh, here comes another overhead. Yes, it does. But it doesn't help the amount of dust he kicks up. That's actually really annoying. And again, boys. Jeez, he's loving this attack. What the fuck? Keep up it. Please again. Oh my god. No way. If this first phase is just that attack, I'll be so happy. Oh, mate, you were so close. That was beautiful. That was the easiest hits to get in. Oh my god. He's overheading so much. What the fuck? Nah, I still like it. Disappointing, but oh well. That was ridiculous. Please. Oh my god! So much overhead! Oh, why'd I go for the third one? I'm so greedy, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, I missed that, I deserve it. Cool. Back to the overheads, yes then. Well, I wasn't really overhead, that's the shield variants, that's much worse. I'm not convinced that's not going to be followed up, so even though it wasn't, I'm happy I didn't go for that. Same with that, that seemed too quick. That's lasers, unfortunately, which means I'm now very worried. I'll go for this and then just hope. Okay, good. Wait, he can do that? I thought that was unfollow-upable. Apparently not. Wow, okay. There was a laser, like, right behind me, apparently. Glad I wasn't aware. Oh, come on, that should have hit. It's not damage I can afford to miss. Okay, I'm gonna need to heal because meatballs just fucked me there. What are you doing? Please make up your mind. Please no massive meatball, because that's killed me in this situation before now when I've been Estus. Wow! He so rarely does that from that distance. Oh, I got saved by the fountain there from a massive meatball. Bloody hell. That's the scary thing. It feels like the massive meatball is only missing me when I get lucky. Like, there's no control because it's just crazy. Wow, I've never seen that combo. I know he can do all those attacks individually, but I've never seen him do them all at once. What's this? Okay, that's fine. I always dodge that just in case, because you can walk away from it, but that doesn't guarantee you'll dodge it. I feel like they're going for lasers or meatballs. It sounds more like meatballs, but it could be either. It was meatballs, okay, it's fine. God, I'm sweating so much. Stop. Yes, best one. Well, best one for damage, not best one overall. The actions 1 point, boys. That's lasers, which makes me very sad. What are you doing? Oh yeah. Where's the laser? Okay, good. I'm happy, I'm happy. Oh, stop it. Actually come after me, please. Okay, that's good. I can go for a single. No, I can't. I was too late. I'm glad I stopped myself, because that would have been death for sure. Okay. Trying not to panic. It's already the best attempt, so I can at least take that away. Oh my god, don't glitch. I actually don't want you to. Oh my god, did he actually glitch? I'm okay with this. Okay. I like how I said, I won't be happy if he glitches, and then he doesn't. I'm like, I'm so happy. That was, yeah. It wouldn't. God damn it. I deserve that. I deserve that for thinking of accepting the glitch. That I can't believe that I actually let him do that though. After that long. It becomes a battle of endurance because, like I say, I think the main thing is you can't hit him anywhere near as regularly in the second phase. It's just so much harder because first phase, almost every attack he does, every combo, leaves a window for you to attack. There are definitely exceptions, but the most of the time you've got, I would say, 80% or more chance of hitting him. And there are some attacks where it's 100%, like you will get a window, mostly overhead ones. But phase 2, because you're dealing with meatballs and lasers as well, I think you get probably a similar amount of the same opportunities, but you can't take nearly as many of them or you'll die. That was super close though. That was a couple more overheads, so yeah, again, very good. Infuriating, but it definitely proves it's doable. Especially because that was not good RNG, a lot of that as well. I got some very, very bad bits in there and still got that far, so it's definitely getting close. Right. God, I'm so itchy and sweaty though. It's ridiculous. I feel like that attack on its own is the one that he very, very rarely follows up, because most of the shield attacks he follows up a lot. But that one where he just slams it into the ground after a run, that one, I feel like he follows that up super rare, and you can usually tell when he does it, because he usually does it very fast. If he does like a nice slow build up to that attack, like this, I feel like that never gets followed up, or at least not very regularly. Or I'm getting really lucky, I guess, but still. See, that one he definitely does more. Wait, please stop with the shield. The shield's bullshit. I don't like the shield. Shield's difficult. Sword/axe lightning thing is much nicer. I like how in the second phase his shield does more damage because he puts the thunder element on the lightning element on that as well, but it makes no difference in Soul Level 1 because it would kill you in one hit in phase 1 anyway. Oh, I say that the shield won't always actually, just most of the time. Come on, give us the overhead. That's it, lad. That's it. Have at it. This is probably phase 2? Yeah. If you realise exactly when the phase is going to be, then you can get 3 attacks in, otherwise it's definitely 2. Whoa! I'm sorry, that was unbelievably quick. He usually takes a lot longer to prep that, so I was sure I was dead. Thankfully not. Oh, now hell. Hell begins. I'm getting so bored of this phase. I'm glad I got to hit there though. It's nice. I think lasers are happening though, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm trying to stay in this. Okay, I can actually. That was really lucky. I can actually see precisely where that was. Wow! I got unlucky though, because there was actually one right behind me, and I'm very lucky to have spotted that out of the corner of my eye as well. So I mean, like, that's just bollocks, isn't it? Because if I hadn't been lucky there, lucky enough to actually see the lasers at least, I'd be dead. For little to no reason. Because I did not make a mistake there. Anyway, I'm going to continue. Wait, what is that noise I can hear? Oh, it's a big meatball. That's the first time I think I've actually noticed that noise and thought, what the fuck is that? So it does make a different noise, which is good, because it's an audio cue, but it's just so subtle. The laser's quite an obvious whine, at least. You know, it's got something going for it. The big meatball. Oh, jeez, I nearly walked off the edge there. That'd be a first. I thought I'd died all the ways possible in this fight. Not going for that. Oh, bloody small meatball shower is not much better. Because if you get hit too much, you can still die from it. It's just less likely. Somehow I believe all. Okay, lasers happening. Gonna try and walk to the side so I can see where. And then that happens because I'm looking at the laser and not Ornstein. I thought to myself then, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the side so I can see the lasers. As it turns out, that's not a viable strategy because as soon as you do that, if he's attacking, you're fucked. Absolutely infuriating. That was technically my fault. It's just a strategy I shouldn't try, or I shouldn't do. Still, that was fine up until that point. That was just me doing a silly. And now doing stretch. Oh, dear. I don't think I've got any items that could help, right? Just like carrying stuff. I don't think so. Oh. What? Since when do I have these that I haven't used? Oh shit! I just realised, if anyone ever watches these streams consecutively, they're going to think I'm such an idiot, because I remember having these for ages and I still haven't used them. Okay, if I die again, let's do it then, because I know I've been forgetting that for literally stream after stream. So that's really bad, because, I mean, it's not actually that useful. Like, my flask is as full as it needs to be, because I almost never take enough damage to not die, but be damaged. But still, it'd be nice to have. It's just so low. If I could just wail on at some point, this fight would be so fast. Maybe that's the thing, I'm also scared that I'm being a little bit too conservative and I'm just overthinking everything, and that if I actually just went for it a little bit, I could really toast this guy. But I feel like that's not a mentality that often applies to Souls games. That's becoming my most consistent attack situation, which I'm fine with, because that one's so nice. Because it's, I don't even think he can fold it up, or if he can, it's so rare, it's not even worth considering. Because that's the problem with most of this shit, this guy, is that muscle memory isn't often enough. You have to really consider whether on this particular attack he's going to combo it with stuff. You know what? I'm so glad I'm using a broadsword. If I was using a greatsword, which I usually do in casual playthroughs, as I think I've mentioned before, if I was using a greatsword for this run, and it was like I could use it, like it wasn't a stats problem, I don't think that I'd be able to win this fight with that, because yeah, I don't feel like it'd be fast enough to take no damage. I feel like I would inevitably take some damage. Whereas I know that it's possible not to get hit. That was silly. I don't know why I didn't dodge that. I think for some reason I was in phase 2 mode, where there's one attack where you can do that and genuinely be safe, but I should always dodge just in case. Okay, I am going to use the Undead Bone Shard and the Estus Shard, because... Where am I? Fuck that, actually. Wait, can you do that? I haven't played this game in so long. You can't do that at any bonfire, can you? No, it's just the Undead, not Undead, Firelink Shrine. That's fine, I'll do it after the fight. Which basically means I won't do it because I'll forget, but it doesn't matter because it's not a normal playthrough, so I don't really give a shit. I've already got 9 Estus charges, that's more than enough. Surprised I have that many, to be honest. Given that you start with, what, 3-5 charges? That's a lot of shards. I kind of want to just do a casual playthrough of this game again. Or at least, when I finish the Soul Level 1 playthrough, I don't know whether I'm going to do another Dark Souls playthrough with some challenge added, or if I'm going to play some other game, or just generally stream some other stuff for a bit. But if I do Souls again, I think if I do another Souls run after this one, I don't think it'll be one that's as brutal. I think it'll be more one which is a bit of a gimmick than one which is this difficult, because I kind of want to make more consistent progress. Because this does get old, obviously. It's still fun, because it's still it stalls, so the dodging I'm doing is very satisfying, it's just frustrating. Hey! I haven't had one of these in forever. That is the nicest thing we can do. You can easily get two every time. It's beautiful. Speed stuff up a lot. Okay. I'm glad I checked the health for it, but I thought it was closer than it was to next phase. It's probably going to be the one after this. Maybe two. I'm getting quite good at detecting the health threshold for that. That's a rare combo, surely. So dumb just then. Why am I alive? Well, I actually deserve to be dead for that. This is it. And that's when you can get the 3 in, which is lovely. Well, 4 if you include that. If you don't miss it like I just did. That was beautiful. Right. Nice attacks now, please. Yep. Brilliant. I feel I can get 2 in there. Maybe that's some more I can be a bit more competitive than I want to be. That was a very nice start. Please continue giving me these attacks on this game because honestly, that was the best start to phase 2 I think you've given me this entire time. Okay, I shouldn't be alive, but I moved because I could hear a laser but not see it. That's just how I'm doing this, honestly. My entire methodology is, can you see the laser? If no, move the opposite direction, basically. Or if yes, carry on in that direction. It's really silly, though, because there's no actual backup. I thought he was glitching out over there. I didn't even know that was possible. I don't think he was doing it. Okay, I'm going to use switches to heal. That's laser. Again, focusing too much on the lasers. I keep thinking, it's fine, I'll go around the fountain and not focus on Ornstein for a second because he's charging up an attack. But the moment you let the moment you let your eye off the boss, time goes a million times faster. It's actually really weird. When you're focusing on the boss, his attacks seem so much slower because you get used to your muscles get used to hitting the roll button at the right time for that particular boss, and so yeah, things slow down a bit. But as soon as you take your eye off that onto the lasers, the wind-up's done and you're dead. So I think the lesson from this really is that even though I hate how RNG the lasers are, you just can't get away with trying to actually focus on them because Ornstein's so much more of a threat. Do you know what? I'd actually be so much more okay with this if the lasers and the big meatball just weren't an insta-kill. If they nearly killed me, 1 HP, I wouldn't give a shit because then I could Estus. That's my job then. But it's just the fact that they KO me as well that is absolutely horrible. I am surprised, though, to be fair at this point, that anything in the game doesn't KO me. I expected to get to this point in the game and literally anything that hits me kills me. But that's still not the case, which is surprising, actually. It's not like that, yeah. Oh, I nearly glitched again. I don't know what causes that. I remember watching a video all about that glitch, and it's so weird. I don't remember if there's actually a setup for it or not. I don't think it's... Is it utilised in speedrunning? I don't think it is. Why did I go for that? But yeah, it's such a weird glitch. It's like the way to cheese Ornstein, but it is so inconsistent. There are some good cheese strats for other bosses in the game. Not that I'll be doing any of those in Sword of the Moon, because it sort of invalidates the whole idea. I also think that if I'm still not killing him in a little bit, I might try multiple hits on some attacks where I haven't tried that yet. Because, like, I'm clearly... Like, that first phase there, I think was as quick as it was because I went for 2 attacks in some places where I usually go for 1. And that's definitely worth some trial. Because if I can get that to work, then it's great. Perfect. Beautiful phase 2 stuff. I think that just sounds like more the big ones, which I'm finding. Or a big one. But if it is, yeah, it is a big one, I can see it. Is it still around? I'm just trying to get it in my vision without taking a look at it. I think it must be gone. Oh, that's lasers, so... Yep, in fact. Again, distracted by them. It's just so stupid because I hear myself say it. I'm like, lasers? Lasers? And then I'm dead. Horrible. Horrible. I'm trying to think. Are there actually other bosses I could have a go at if I got bored and wanted to? There is actually. I could do. Oh, actually no, because the alternative's terrible. I was going to say I could go do King's Garden and Osiris, but that'd be even worse. Because I actually think that's going to be one of the hardest ones in the whole game. I'm serious, because on a casual playthrough, Osiris is by far one of the easiest bosses there is. Because if you've got any kind of sensible investment in Vigor... is it even Vigor in this game? I've actually forgotten. Yeah, it is. If you've got any kind of sensible investment in Vigor at all, yes, he'll hit you occasionally, but he ain't going to kill you. Because his attacks are pathetic. But on a Soul of 1 run, well, that fight's going to absolutely murder me, I reckon. But I think the order I'll probably do is this, and then Twin Princes, then Osiris, then Ancient Wyvern, then not Undead, Nameless King, and then DLC stuff. Well, I still need to do Old Demon King, actually. I could do that at some point. I could do that after this, actually, if I wanted to. That's quite a fun fight. I enjoy that fight. Don't know how viable it'd be Soul of the so. It's not too bad, actually. I certainly don't think it's as RNG as this is. Yeah, I'm going to start iframing that actually, because you can just guarantee get 2 hits then. Again, it's whether I go for 2 hits though or 1. It's definitely 1 hit there. I don't think you can get 2. That's just not even worth going in on because it can follow it up so much. This is 1. Oh shit, we're there already? Seriously? And then this is always 1 because you can do it super quick. I'm amazed I dodged that at all. That's why that's 1, because you can do that. The music changed weirdly late there. Like, he definitely went phase 2 and then just didn't give a shit for a second. I think they're winding up for lasers, which makes me very sad. And massive meatball. That's just cancer, Jesus. And then he does the attack, which he never does, just as there's a laser, which I need to dodge. Brilliant. Well, I said I was getting good laser RNG, and what do you know? Things have changed. Times change, hey? Oh, man. Something strange, which I really didn't expect, which I really like, is when I streamed for the first time, I was amazed how simple it is to set up, and I stand by that. OBS is such a nice program. It's not the most user-friendly thing, but if you've got some kind of vague experience with like basic video settings for like a recording program, like for Apps DxTory or something like that, it's very similar to set up. The only difference is just sticking in your stream key and figuring out the right bit rate, but yeah, other than that, it's nice and simple, honestly. Like, I just love how I can sit down now. If I want to, I can just press start streaming and that's it. I'm on. And failing to kill the Dragon Slayer armor. Oh god, these headphones can be the literal death of me. Yeah, fuck that. That's a horrible, horrible start. That was so dumb. What was that? I am not over there, old Steely. You're alright, pal. That was really weird. The AI definitely fucked up there because I was nowhere near where he aimed. That was really weird. God, yeah, that attack is so much more common if you back off. It's great. It makes some strange noises. Lion Man. So itchy. Hate it so much. Wow, he's being nice. I mean, it won't last, obviously. I feel like good first phase. It's just I don't really care at this point because I've done first phase so much that I can usually get past bad first phase. so it's just like not worth considering anymore. But phase 2 that actually makes sense, right? This is definitely going to be next. So perfect. That's the ideal number of attacks that you can get in there, and that's the ideal first attack. Brilliant. Keep it up, Ornstein, please. That was bloody beautiful. Oh, and he's giving me a nice overhead as well. And I feel like that's maybe a 2 attacker, but only if you don't roll. But not rolling is a bit risky. Okay, meatballs are fine. Oh, cheeky. He didn't do an overhead. I thought he was going for that. What's this? Good? Overhead? Yeah, boy. Lots of them, please, because that's just like a beautiful combo. And again? Yes! Oh my god. Absolutely beautiful. Didn't feel safe with the attack there, though. Okay, I can actually see they're doing laser. Which is worrying. I'm going to stick around here. I don't know why. Oh, wow. Okay. That was genuinely awful this time, fair enough. Where was that fucking... What are they called? Oh, there's a name for the butterflies. They're something butterflies. Anyway, yeah. That was... Did you see where that laser went? It was nowhere near the playing field. Oh shit, we've passed an hour and he's still not dead. I'm not happy. I'm gonna sort my headphones out because it's getting ridiculous. Oh, what is going on? They're on the right settings. Just don't want to stay in the same place for some reason. Which means either my head's got bigger, or I'm just being an idiot. Come on, we got this. Wow, you can go from that into a jump. That was lovely. Jump for joy into an actual jump. Okay, please. Ornstein. Oh, bad style. Actually, the sound design for this fight's fantastic. Like, Ornstein's actual noise of the shield, particularly, it's amazing. It's just so meaty. It's beautiful. I almost wish Phase 1 didn't exist. That the whole fight involved the butterflies, because at least that way I wouldn't be lulled into a false sense of security by how easy this bit is. I say, as I'll probably die, but still. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I saw where I was, and I was like, I'm already going for the multiple attacks. I can't really stop now. At least I didn't have time to process the fact that there was a risk of me falling off, so then that was that. I should have just tried to iframe the attack, really, but it was too late. At least my phase 1s are getting shorter as well as easier. That's nice. That's true, actually. Could I get something to power up my sword? Can you... Ah. Oh, no, that's a Moskva. What am I talking about? That's not what I want either. What are these? Oh, yes, these ones. I can do that. I don't know why I haven't been doing that then. That makes so much sense. Yeah. I'm gonna hotkey that, actually. I have no idea what Ornstein's weaknesses are at all, but I feel like bleed is a generally quite useful one. So, how do I even put that on my item bar? I have not done this in way too long. Of course, you can see how fucking pathetic I am with the menuing, and yet I'm playing fine on the actual game. It's ridiculous. Right. Cool. So I'll use that at the beginning of phase 2 if I can. And see if it makes much of a difference, because I would do anything to shorten phase 2, to be realistic. Perfect. Did I decide that was a 2 attacker or not? I don't remember. Let's see. It's definitely not a 2 attacker. If that was a different attack, I'd be dead. Nor is that, so God knows why I went for it. This is. It's like the only safe 2 attacker there is, even though I missed the second attack, the first attack. Oh shit. Wait, what? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Wow, I'm an idiot. Okay. Oh, come on! That was such an unfortunate mix of shite. Okay, I'm not even sure it's worth using the Karthus bit there, because it takes so long that it increases my chances of death drastically. As if I pressed the wrong button. Like, what are actually the chances of that? Oh, man. I'm just thinking. I don't know how many Titanite chunks it is to go from +8 to +9. I feel like it's 4 or 5. If I can get my hands on that and get up another level. Well, do I have a slab? No. So I'd need a slab as well, but I feel like a slab would actually be easier. I have actually felt like that in both Souls 2 and 3, that slabs are actually easier to come by than chunks are, because there's less slabs in the game, but you usually get one by the time you need more chunks. Yeah. Beautiful. I guess we'll see, but yeah, it would be nice just to even do a little bit more damage, especially because the difference between +8 and +10 is not negligible. If I got that difference, that would actually make this quite a bit easier. When he does that from that close, it's absolutely disgusting to dodge. Sounds like lasers. Fun times. Lasers and meatballs. Oh, bloody perfect. Just what I need. I actually didn't dodge, so I got 2 attacks there. That's beautiful. So that's a rare pet. Did you do a single swipe with the axe? How fucking rare is that in phase 2? Fuck off, mate. Give me your normal ass combos so I can fucking dodge it. Also, I hear a giant meatball and I'm really scared because I can't see it, so probably just fucked. think it exploded. But I'll never know, because I couldn't see it in the first place, which is nice. Oh, there was another one actually, which I saw just before I got lucky and it didn't kill me. Such bollocks, honestly. I hate it. It's the one part I really can't stand. It's the giant fucking idiots. Actual bollocks. TM. Oh, what's this? Okay, it's fine. For a second I thought that was one of the worst ones. Laser time, boys. Laser time. Got extremely lucky there, because that's a good chance to heal. Okay. Why that one? That's good. I got greedy. It's the worst thing in the world, that. Doesn't matter how often I play Souls. Doesn't matter. When you've been trying for that long and they're that close, you just want to go for the R1 spam, and it's the worst thing because that was one hit off and I fucked it, and I deserve it for not having that patience. I mean, I guess on the bright side of that, even though yeah, that's painful, it's definitely my fault, so I can't complain, and the rest of that was flawless, so it's definitely in me. That was just really, really dumb. It's not like me to do that though, because like it's always tempting, but in Soul of 1 I feel like I've been reasonably pretty good at that, at avoiding that exact situation, but not this time. That was atrocious. Maybe it's just because I've been stuck on this for longer than any of the others, because that is not me. I did perfect a few things there though. I perfected the 2 attacks when possible, because there are very select situations where that is doable. So even if the last one wasn't one of those situations, I should definitely keep that up because it speeds things up a lot. Hey, give me that as a first attack, bitch. So like here, that's definitely 2 attacks because they got there quick enough. And that's another one. Brilliant. I feel like the key discovery has been realising that if he does a long run at you and then plunges his shield into the ground, he never follows it up, or at least very, very rarely. Because that leads to so many free attacks, it's gorgeous. Like right here. That is, well, I missed the first one so I went for a second, but still. And you can bait him into it so easily. You just run away, and then he does it like a lot. Especially phase 1, which is just so nice. Or he does that, which is okay, but he follows it up a lot more regularly, so you can't rely on it, which is simple. Then he does this though, which you reliably can hit with. Okay, apparently my character wants to kick there for some reason. That's okay, I missed, so backing up. That wasn't ideal. I'd like to have got more damage in there, but it's fine. Oh, and he's not even overhead. That's just rude. That was a very bad start to the phase, but I'm not worried. Yes, it can be worse. Whoa! Very lucky I turned when I did there. See what I mean? I didn't hear that coming at all. Not for no chance. I just got lucky in the fact that I turned, and therefore Ornstein blocked it. Like, that's what I hate about that attack. Pretty ridiculous. Oh, come on, you're not giving me anything to work with there, mate. What's that? Oh, it's the shit one, which is easy. Well, it's easy to dodge, so it's not the shit one. The shit one's when he does the one you're not expecting. Like, if you read it wrong, that's when it's shit. Got the giant meatball again there, and was lucky enough to die. For God's sake, not. Okay, I can hear lasers. good. He's just lucky to not die there. What are you doing? Is that meatballs? Just generic? Wow, it's rare you do that from that distance. Wow, I missed both attacks, that's such a waste. I mean, still, I didn't get lazy, so this could be worse. And again, yes, which is nice. I feel like that's one of two meatball attacks that's going on right now. Let's say, okay, so it's meatball shower. Meatball shower we are a lot happier with than meatball death, so I will happily take that. I'm starting to say the word meatball so much that it loses its meaning, and I'm really upset about it. What's that? Okay, barely avoided that, but we did, so it's fine. God, this is tiring. Yeah, he's not giving me many good attacks this time, which is irritating, so it just gives lasers more of a chance to kill me. He just keeps doing that, which you can't safely hit after. You can safely hit after this, well, you know, unless the game decides to just nearly murder you with meatballs, and then thankfully gives you an opportunity to heal via Estus, but if I hadn't got that opportunity, I would currently be dead. Mate, please, that attack does not let me hit you, and as a direct result is wasting a lot of time. You're not giving me the chances I need to actually hit you, and it's costing me dearly. That's a good payback though, you know, I appreciate that. The double hit is very nice. Oh, and giving me that as well? Mate, you are feeling generous today, aren't you? I can tell, and I appreciate that magnanimous nature that you have to you. I'm starting to feel like the trick with the lasers is not to move much. Like, if you're in a good place where you can vaguely see them, just don't move too much. I could be completely wrong about that. That's been working recently, so I'm going to go for it. Ah! I actually heard that time and knew it was that. Wow, that's like the second time that's happened. Madness. Hey! Beautiful. Actually lagged for a second. I love it. No greed, boys, no greed. And we're done. That feels so good. You have no idea. Holy shit. I'm sitting at the bonfire. Unlike Pontiff, no huge celebration for that, just pure joy. I just feel good. Straight to Firelink. Gonna not level up, obviously, that would sort of break the whole point of the run. But I'm gonna use my Estus Shard and all that jazz and chill for 5 minutes here while we realise that I actually did it. And now I have to play the rest of the game, so that's gonna be fun. Right, Burn Undead Bone Shard, yes. Okay, good. And then I've got to hand in the Estus Shard with Andre. Oh, God. Okay. Cool. I don't think there's anything I can actually do with my souls, is there, really? I mean, you don't sell Titanite chunks yet, do you? No, you just sell shards, because I haven't given you the... I think it's on Archdragon Peak. Do you sell anything I would even want? I don't think so, really. I'm just trying to find stuff to buy, which is actually useful. I mean, do I have any fire bombs? Because they can be useful. No. Okay. Well, I'll happily buy some fire bombs then. Why not? I'm not going to level up, so I might as well... well, there's no point buying 620. Can you not go up in... I swear you can go up in bigger numbers than this. With like, oh, it's, well, you can on a controller, I guess. Right, well, I'll just buy like 100. That's easily enough. It doesn't even put a dent in anything. It's just for like the odd situation where they're useful like that. Okay, brilliant.
Passion 1.
Oh yes, because I can only carry 99, right? Haha. Oh, what? The limit's 20? I never knew that. That's so weird. I had no idea that was the case. Wow. Okay, well, there's fuck all else I can do in my souls, really, is there? I could do smithing, you know, if I had that chance. I mean, I can check the stats on Ornstein's thing to see if I can use it, but I really doubt that. It's very, very much. Yeah, strength 40, fuck off. His shield strength 38, that's ridiculous. Right, well, even if I die many times the rest of the stream, it doesn't matter, because now we get to at least run through a new section, the Grand Archives. Although I will say this, I'm actually really worried about this section, because obviously once I get to Twin Princes, I'll be fine. There's a really nice shortcut there, so it's not really a problem. But getting to Twin Princes is going to be a nightmare. This is one of the hardest areas to run through in the whole game. I really don't know how speedrunners actually do it. It's genuinely a nightmare. Yeah. Hey, another bonfire. Worst placed bonfire in the whole game. Well, I guess the one after Ornstein really is the worst placed one. This one makes sense because it's the new area. Oh look, you got the key. Use it. I don't understand why they put the key there. There might as well have been no key. I guess it's probably for lore purposes. No doubt Varti's mentioned it. Right. Yes, I know there's a crystal sage. No, I don't care. I am genuinely going to try and run through this whole thing as per usual. I will try and kill this though, actually, because if it's got Titanite chunks, that's worth my time. Right. No. Twinkling. That's sad. Hello. Please no. Oh yeah, true, I should dunk my head. Oh, can you only do it at the front? For God's sake. I'm probably fucked now. Okay. Because that way I don't need to worry about the curse. I'm not going to go for that. Twilight. Twilight? What? That crystal lizard. Wow, there's a lot of crystal lizards here. I don't remember there being this many. That's ridiculous. Now, if I recall, there's a ladder out here, which makes this whole area a lot easier to navigate. Is that correct? Yes, it is. You've got to use the ladder, boys. I didn't know about this ladder forever, and it really pissed me off when I found it out, because it's actually really useful. Because you can skip straight to this bit, which is a lot further on than you otherwise... Okay, I'm really dead. Wow, amazingly I'm not. That is unbelievably lucky. Okay, this is good so far. If I can get across the bridge, that's part of the hell already done with, really. It's more... because I think there's a bonfire not ages away from here, so this is at least a good start. Might as well heal. Yep, and then we run across this bit just completely. Been dodging just in case they all spam spells like they usually do. And then there's no bonfire here, but we go out onto the ramparts, and then... oh god, this isn't even half of it done! Yeah, this is why I hate this bit, actually, to run through. Well, I actually haven't run through it like this before, because usually I'm playing casually, but this part's just horrible to run through, because now there's gargoyles as well in a minute, which is just such a fucking pain. And that's not mentioning the fact that I don't honestly remember where to go to get to the next bonfire easily anyway. You know, it really doesn't help. I could be going an entirely irrelevant direction. Oh no, actually I do remember. It's a window. You just have to cross a few rooftops. And then once I get to that window, things are less of an issue, I believe. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. Okay, well at least I'm there. Is this important? Yes, I thought so. I have that memory at least. But that's an important item. Might as well dunk my head. Okay, well this is good so far, but I still yet to find a bloody bonfire. Oh, of course, because there isn't one. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's right, there is no bonfire. There's just this area. With these absolute cucks. Oh, this is horrible. Because they're going to kill me. I've just got to hope they don't murder me. Yep, I'm fucked. Please. Please. Okay, we're good. Thank God. That's all that matters. We've got this shortcut. That's by far the worst part done, because now it's just the run up to Twin Princes. That was so much better than I thought it would be. So much better. Because you don't have to kill them, you just have to avoid them. And now we've made it back down here. So, yeah, that is perfect. Brilliant. Thank God. Okay. I'm very impressed that that didn't go haywire. Time we are. Okay, half night, decent. I'm so happy I beat Dragon Slayer. Fuck, I cannot believe that. Do they even attack you if you come this way? They actually don't. I swear they did. What the fuck? That's really weird. Oh, I love this scene so much. That is beautiful. This is one of the coolest, ridiculous enemy density sections in the whole game. Usually when they put this many enemies in one place, it's a nightmare. It's the mistake that Dark Souls 2 made a lot. But this is just awesome if you play through it casually. It's actually doable because they don't throw you that many at you at once. I mean, the way I'm doing it's stupid. I'm probably going to die because I'm doing this in a really stupid way. Or not. Or I could just do it first try and be really happy with myself. Sick. Well, there we go. We're literally at Twin Princes. Brilliant. That took no effort. I guess maybe I just remembered it being harder when you go through it casually. Remind me where this shortcut even leaves you. That's right, it's the church. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Well, we might as well go straight to Twin Princes and try. I will die a lot on this fight, though. This is a very, very, very casually difficult fight for me. It's one I really enjoy, though. A lot more than Ornstein, so I'm hoping that even if it takes forever, I'll at least enjoy it. A lot more than I do Ornstein, but time will tell. This will be fun. I might just die here if they attack at the wrong time. Actually, I'm not sure they can go in this area, so we'll probably be fine. Can they? No, they can't. Well, here we go, guys. I'm gonna let the do I let the cinematic play? I might as well. I enjoy it.
Oh dear.
Another dogged contender.
Welcome, unkindled one.
I'm just there, like, basically naked.
Purloiner of cinders.
Purloiner is such a good word. Oh shit, I've still got my wax head. Nice.
The mantle of Lord interests me none.
Does it not, mate?
The fire
I'm sorry to hear that.
The legacy of lords. Let it all fade into nothing.
Another good thing is that the music in this is brilliant.
Now have your rest.
Probably makes a weird noise considering he's literally a human being. And he teleports. And I have no idea what the timing is because I haven't played this fight in forever. I know you can get an attack in there though. From the looks of it, maybe more than one. Oh yeah, that's true actually. That's one thing I know I'm going to like about this fight, is that you get a lot more chance to hit this guy than you do Ornstein, if I recall. That is a brilliant opportunity. Oh, this attack though. That in the second phase is a nightmare, because he does that, and I think Lothric does some fucking ranged bollocks or something, so it's just like an absolute nightmare. Mate, can you stop? I do not know how to time this shit, because I haven't fought you in forever. I fucking love this fight so much though. The music in the second phase is unbelievable. I actually think this is one of the more underrated fights, because everyone's just like, oh yeah, it's cool, but it's not like amazing. I disagree completely. It's a great fight. Okay, that was actually not bad. I expected to die immediately because I just haven't done the timings in forever, and I thought he one-shot me, but he actually doesn't, which is really surprising. I thought for sure he'd one-shot me. And I think he probably will in the second phase because I think the actual damage on his weapon goes up. But for the time being, that's actually ideal. Yeah, I actually need to go this way, don't I? Because the shortcut's open now. But yeah, that was really good. And once I get used to his attacks, it won't be Lorien that's the problem. The issue is far more likely going to be Lothric. Lothric's going to be an absolute nightmare because he's just like Aldrich. He fires all these little shitty projectiles at you. And if even a few of them hit you and stagger you, you're just completely fucked with this low health. Like, That being said, Aldrich wasn't actually too bad for the projectiles. Like, they were annoying, but they didn't kill me very often. It was usually his Life Hunt Scythe that killed me. I guess we'll see. Silent disconnect. Oh, it's just so nice to be on a new bit of the game though. I'm having a lot more fun now. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was very tempting to quit this game for Soul Level 1 altogether after I failed on Steam for like the 500th fucking time or whatever, but it was worth it. He's dead. I did it. I thought Pontiff was hard, eh? What did I know? Oh, this fight's so much faster as well. Love it. I also love Lorien's weapon. I used it in my casual playthrough a lot. Also, his neck is weirdly long. Look at that. That is fucking... That's a long-ass neck, mate. But yeah, the good thing is about this fight, though, is that once I get Lorien's attack pattern down, yes, Lothric is going to kill me a lot, but I feel like it's a lot more likely that this will just go by after that. Once I figure out the main dodges, it'll be piss, I think, compared to the Ornstein. Because the thing with Ornstein wasn't really the dodging. Like, yeah, it still killed me now and again, but that was never because I wasn't dodging the attack properly. It was because I was assuming that he wouldn't combo another attack. Whereas I don't think that's a problem with Lorien. Like, it's like I was saying, this is what marks Ornstein as different, I think, is because he's the only boss that I know that has really short attacks, but he combos them in loads of different ways. Lorien doesn't really do that. He has combos, but they're predictable and always the same. Really, 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 really. Yeah, it's super, super unlikely that I'll be dying because I'm straight up misreading the attack, hopefully. Yeah. Which is good, because that makes it much more satisfying. Because, like, if you die because you mistimed dodge, end of story. That is fine. That's completely on me. That's fair, and it's... yeah. Because I personally think something that makes this game so replayable for me, at least, is that I find dodging fun. Not just hitting and killing and actually finishing the boss fight, but actually just dodging the attacks is really exhilarating, because you have to... well, obviously it's not like a dodge in most games. Usually you're trying to actually iframe an attack. You have to time it correct, or you're dead. Yeah, I've just remembered, the other thing I really like about this fight is that if you get in the right position, you can attack even if Lorien's about to attack, because you're out of the way, which is something I fucking love. This attack sucks, actually. I forgot how much I hated that. Because that happens. I dodged the main attack, but then the ripple came and killed me anyway because I was still too close. I forgot that was a thing. That's going to kill me a lot, I reckon, because that's really hard to get used to. Still, again, every time I'm getting into like half health of the first phase-ish, so that's really good. It's really weird, but even though the PS4 has been out for ages now, I'm genuinely considering getting one for two reasons. Firstly, Bloodborne. It's very unlikely to ever come out for any other console, and I really, really, really want to play that game. I love the Soulsborne series. I love Bloodborne, even though I've never played it, just because I've seen so much of that game, and it just looks like the best thing ever. And I love Lovecraft as well, and just the setting and everything is just perfect. And also, Monster Hunter World isn't going to be on the PC until like autumn, and I'm not sure I can wait that long, so I might genuinely just have to buy a PS4, like get a second-hand one cheap and play Bloodborne. I just really hope that if they ever make a sequel to Bloodborne, that they release it for PC. Because my god, would I play the shit out of that. You see what I mean? I know that I mistimed that last one, but that was like, what, less than 30 seconds, and look how much health he's got. Like, it's so much easier to get attacks in. That's going to be true for, like, every boss, I think. Because I didn't realise, obviously, until Solid 1, but if you want to be safe with Ornstein, you want to make absolutely sure he will not hit you, that is a nightmare. Like, seriously, that is fucking difficult. Also, what's this statue? I don't think I've ever looked at this. It was quite generic. I thought for a second it was, thingy. Havel. It's just nice to be making a different route to the boss, if nothing else. Right. Also, that's one thing I will say, is that Lorian's teleporting mechanic is mostly really fun and adds a new dimension to the fight. There are times where it fucks your camera, and that is really not cool. I actually think this is going to cause me a lot of stamina problems from the looks of it. God, I remember these attacks so much better than I thought I would. Like, how? I haven't played this fight in forever. Well, he says that as he nearly dies to that attack. For the most part, this is stored in my muscle memory so strong. Wait, what? Where is he? Oh, he's here. Okay, nice. Is that a 2-attack? I feel like that's a 2-attack, actually, looking at it. That's my fault. For some reason I thought that was a 1 combo. But yeah, actually, it's looking like when he does the either of the big sort of lying down attacks, if you're close enough, that's definitely a 2-attack window rather than a 1, which is really cool. But yeah, just from the fact that this is already not terrible, I think I will probably continue. You know, I've never noticed those statues there before now. Like, I've seen these pointed out in Vati videos, but I've never noticed them. That's amazing. But yeah, this is already easier than I expected. Especially because not all of those attacks kill me. That's what's surprising me, is that some of them... Oh! No, I just realised. They do all kill me. I was embered the first time. Of course. So if I'm embered, they don't one-hit me. Okay. Well, that's valuable to know, actually. I have, like, a few embers, right? No? Do I not? What? I swear I had some embers. I made that up, apparently. That's odd. Okay, well, fair enough. Apparently I don't have any embers. No, fuck. But if I buy some more, just acquire some in another way, then obviously I can use that to make the fight a little bit easier. Lorian, Elder Prince. He's the older brother. Oh, brutal! That's horrible! Ah! That was the perfect mistiming. It's the worst thing when that happens is that you get a dodge off, and they don't kill you during the dodge, they kill you the moment you finish it. That's the worst feeling. Judging by the boss fight so far, I'm actually starting to think that Freed is going to be really difficult. That fight's going to be the hardest one. But I'm starting to think that maybe some of the other ones which I thought would be hard might not be, because this one's already a lot easier than I expected. I think really it's all about how well I already know the boss, how predictable the moveset is. That's why I think Soul of Cinder is going to be a challenge, because even though the moveset, once you get to know it, is fine, I haven't played the fight in forever, and he has so many moves that it's going to take a while for me to get used to that properly. Like, a long time. Yeah. I think Gale might be easier than I expect, though. For the same reasons as this fight. Because I don't feel like his moveset is really that complex. Souls, can you not get in the way, please? I'd appreciate it. Hey, he's not teleporting, I'm loving it. Please continue to not do that. Yeah, I keep thinking that it's a 1 combo when it's a 2. That's my main problem so far. But I'm doing loads of damage in the meantime, so I can't complain too much. I think it's just a case where you've got to leave it that extra moment to make sure there is no follow-up, while still leaving yourself enough time to actually hit him. I do love this area. I think it's a surprisingly interesting castle. Like, I know this series has done castles and shit a lot. And obviously, especially after Bloodborne, this comes off quite generic, but I don't know, there's something about the architecture that's quite interesting. Wow, that's I just realised how nerdy that sounded like, even for me. That was... We're talking about architecture in Dark Souls 3 on a stream. I'm just so happy to be past Dragon Slayer still. Still on that high, honestly. Like, even if I don't beat Twin Princes this stream, which is probably quite likely, I'll just be happy that I'm onto a new thing. Because this won't get old for a while, because it'll be a while till I even get to phase 2, and then it'll be new again, and it won't get to an actual annoying point for quite some time. That's not my fault. The camera didn't lock on. Because that's the thing, if you don't lock on to him immediately there, you just don't see him. Fuck's sake. Lorien, why? Yeah, I've actually, I've used Lorien's sword, and I've used the Twin Prince's sword, which you get by combining both of their swords. And they're both really cool. They're awesome boss weapons. Probably my favourite ones in the game. Oh, with the exception of Freed Scythe. Freed Scythe is incredible. It's actually so over the top it borders on un-Souls-like. It's like so anime, the way that the animations work, but it's so cool. But unfortunately I can't show off any of that in this playthrough. Mainly just because none of those weapons would have the right stats. I mean, there is the thingy. What was it? This, which if I two-hand I can use, but it's like not better than the broadsword, so why would I? I don't think. If it is, I've been an idiot this whole time, admittedly, but I'm pretty sure I selected the broadsword just because it's good. And obviously I've enchanted it to be raw anyway, so it's doing a lot of work. I mean, you can tell because we're at like one of the late game bosses here, and I'm still hitting quite hard. Which does surprise me. Wow, I'm actually playing really badly now. I'm gonna get some chocolate. But, yeah, maybe it's just that I've become relaxed because I'm no longer on the same boss forever. But yeah, I am surprised how much damage I'm doing this late in the game. I know that it'll drop off quite rapidly because we'll be against, Nameless King and stuff like that, which have a lot of phases and just health. Time for one more bit of chocolate. I'm just not actually reacting fast enough to that. You know, I think my favourite gameplay feature of the entire Souls series is the stamina bar. Because that's the number one thing that new players don't pay attention to, is stamina. But then as soon as you realise that that is why you are dying, everything becomes clear. And you start to see why it's such an amazing system. I think it was Matthew Matosis who made the comment that the Souls gameplay system is not complex. And I agree. It's not. The combat is not complex. There's not that many buttons, there's not that many crazy combos you can do. It just fucking works. And it's so satisfying, fun, and fair. And sort of feels meaty, all because of the stamina system. He hasn't done that one yet, I don't think.
But you know less
That one's
too.
actually horrible. Oh, my phone's charged. Nice. Oh, no, turn my phone off. No, don't do that. I want the chat. There we go. Yeah, right. For a second I thought my audio hadn't been recording, and I was really, really worried. But it's all good. That would have been tragic if I've streamed the actual victory over Dragon Slayer, and fucking... I'm actually not streaming it. Well, at least not streaming the audio. Then it's fake, right, guys? Then it's not a real solo warrior anymore if I beat a boss without audio. That's a thing? I did not know that you could fall off in that particular way. I also forgot that that was a thing. That there's a second lift there. What? Why am I pressing all the wrong buttons? This is awful. Oh wait, yeah, I need to do this. Bloody hell. I would refresh my Estus, but there's no point because I'm never going to use 8 in a fight anyway. Famous last words. They do like the double lift system in this game, don't they? Has to be said. I did do yawn, didn't I? I feel like I definitely did. I'm pretty sure I did yawn. I mean, it wouldn't matter if not, that's not a difficult fight. Okay. It's just dodging this first attack because you have much less time to react. After that, it's significantly easier. He says. Right. Actually, I just remembered another problem that I have with this fight in general. Why have I got my shield out, excuse me? And that general problem is running out of stamina, actually, in this fight, because this fight is extremely stamina draining. Okay, thought that was a 2 attack thing. It's not. I'm glad I didn't go for the second attack. Okay, I need to recover stamina. This is what I mean. Like, it drains your stamina so much because you're constantly dodging. You cannot just. Like, I think even if you've got an 100% physical block shield, it actually doesn't function in this fight because he has fire elemental damage as well. Shit, you better go for 2 there. Oh, you learn something new every day, kids. On the bright side, we might get a second phase. Yay! Excellent! Second phase this early. Brilliant. Very, 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 very glad about that. I'll let this play the first time. I don't remember if it repeats on second playthroughs. I think it does, so I'll skip it every time after this. Oh, well, just gotta do that again now.
Dear brother.
Dear brother.
I'm on my way.
Pray to win.
Brother. Unyielding
Lothric's
soul
fingers are
of
so
Lothric's
weird.
prince.
So weird.
Rise if you would,
Such a meme.
for that is our curse.
I think this scene's cool, but I also think it's a bit bullshit that Lothric can just be like, yo mate, get up. Not gonna lie, that's pretty bollocks. Although if I recall, the music in the second phase is so much better. So, like, it's so good. Well, you can hear it now, it sounds so cool. And then his sword goes on fire and everything gets a lot harder, because it's the second phase of a Lord of Cinder fight. So yeah, this will be fun, right guys? I don't remember if he has any extra moves here, I just know that Lothric makes it a million times harder. Wow. That's funny, because I actually thought to myself, you know what I'm not going to do is focus on Lothric, because then I'll die. Guess what I did? Guess what I did? Well, still, got to the second phase. That's better than I expected this early on at the end of the day, so I will happily take that. Hello? You tell me I'm not on that switch. That's weird. Yeah, honestly, I find the hardest dodge in this fight is the first one and the first one of the second phase, because both times you are forced to deal with the teleport, and you kind of get into a rhythm with it during the fight, but the first and the first one of each phase is horrible because you just don't know what attack he's going to do after the teleport. I also think that the attack where Lorien just falls from the sky after teleporting is a bit bullshit, because sometimes the reaction time you're expected to have is like above human average. It's like ridiculous. That's what I wish I'd stopped doing. I know I panicked there, and that's why I died to that so much, because he teleported, I can see him coming in, he's got his sword, and I always think, dodge now, but that's too early most of the time. There's only, I think, 1 or 2 combos he can do where that's the correct timing. Lothric. It was so much easier running to the Twin Bridges than I thought it would be, though. I really did not expect it to be that easy to get there, because I knew what I'd have to run through, but apparently it's not that bad. God, those things are terrifying. Okay. Can we not die on the first attack this time, please? See, that time I didn't panic. I before going to the swing of it, and it gets a million times easier. Unless I do a double attack like that, then I'm fucked because I'm just being greedy. You know what would have been nice there is if my camera would have locked on. I pressed the button like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, well, I'm fucked, because if your camera doesn't lock on, then dodging will not work, as you can see, because it doesn't orient me in the right direction. Well, I don't feel bad about that death. That was not on me. Unlike the vast majority of the Dragon Slayer deaths. I could have beaten Dragon Slayer so much sooner if I'd have realised how many of his attacks you cannot safely counter. Because it's actually the majority, from what I can gather. On a Soul Level 1 run, where you cannot afford to be hit once, I'm pretty sure that you can... There's like 2 or 3 max attacks which you can guaranteed hit him with. It's so rare. It's annoying as well, because there are some attacks where you've got like a 95%, I would say, chance of not getting killed for it. But that 5% bites you in the ass in a fight that long. Okay. See, that's annoying, because that one you do need to dodge immediately. See, the thing is, this is annoying actually, because I feel like in a casual run, this happened to me as well. I'm just not very good at dealing with that first teleport. But you don't die from it, because you have more health than this, so it's not a problem. Yeah, it's quite irritating actually. Somehow I've stopped sweating as much, and I'm not really sure why. Because I feel warmer. Roll. Isn't that beautiful? I love it when you can just chain rolls. I wish I could roll like this in real life. That's some seriously athletic rolling. God, my character is ripped. Gerard is ripped. I don't remember setting him like that. Please be friendly. Again, I actually don't feel like I can react quick enough to that. I know it's gone wrong before it even hits me. Because I see that attack and I'm like, I'm pressing the button, but I know it's too late. That's actually infuriating. Oh dear. The game really doesn't like this particular courtyard. I've never noticed it until now, but it definitely lags a little tiny bit every time. And then you get into here and it's all buttery smooth and lovely. It's strange. It's possible that I'm just thinking about it too much. Probably that I'm thinking about it too much. Okay, please. Lorian, be nice. Be a nice boy. How are my souls all the way out here? That makes no sense. They're moving further away from the boss fight. Like, what? That's a weird graphical glitch. Again, bloody hell, it's being alien. Congrats again with the lock on. Imagine that. Game's playing fair. Oh! Cheeky. This is why I love it. It's so fun to dodge. Other than that first teleport attack, which is bollocks, the rest of it's so much fun. Wow, I'm amazed that works. Yeah, that's my bad. I went for an attack too late there. He was open, but there was always the possibility he was going to do that. That's my fault. We'll have to see. Actually, yes, charcoal pine resin is probably what I want. Because that will do more damage to any boss. Because, like, I have Karthus, but not all bosses bleed, I don't think. Well, there you go. I suppose not all bosses are susceptible to fire, but still. You know, I really don't have much of a use for the backstep in this game. Very rarely use that. Or in Souls 2, for that matter. This cathedral type thing slightly reminds me of the York Minster or Bath Abbey. Less York Minster, actually. Yep. Very lucky that didn't kill me. So then it's got to be a single attack. Yeah. So basically those attacks are always singles unless they're doubles, basically. Just very occasionally you get the chance to use it as a double, but it's a rarity, so you should get used to it. I can even see him now. Oh. Sometimes the lock-on doesn't carry over through the teleport, and that makes it so hard. Then sometimes he does this, and it's lovely. Or that, which is also a lovely. Oh, what are you doing? That's horrible. I love it when he carry. Oh shit! I forgot this was a thing. Nice. That's wow. That's awesome. Wait. Did I even know that was a thing? I'm not sure I knew that was a thing until just now. But I'm bloody happy about it. I'll tell you that. Brilliant. Second phase. Let's go. Okay. Brilliant. Of course, now I die because he teleports. And I mistime it again. That delay is horrible. I think this gave me trouble the first time I did this fight as well. It's just giving me trouble all over again because I haven't played the fight in forever. Because that attack's fine if he's not teleporting at the same time, because you see the wind up, it registers in your head, and you see the whole attack, so it's registered the whole time. Oh, he's doing this, he's still not gone, I don't need to dodge yet. But when he teleports, you think, okay, when he's going to come out of the teleport, he's going to swing, but he doesn't, he still delays it. Yeah. Still getting to phase 2 again. Brilliant. Fuck you. Well, those kind of labs really shatter, don't they? I feel like it wouldn't break in that many parts in real life. That's like Destruction Engine gone mad. I remember back in the day when physics engines in games were a lot more primitive. It was quite impressive to have destructible environments, whereas now in the vast majority of games with any kind of physics involved at all, that's kind of par for the course. Like cape physics used to be a big thing. We'll have to see. Luckily, I actually just about gave it enough time there. Okay, that's definitely a 2 attacker if it happens. It's quite a rare attack, but still. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think he's just like Ornstein in the sense that if you get lucky and you get like a long attack and you're near him, then you can retaliate with 2. But if you're far away, it's always using 1. Oh, I hate that one. The teleport attacks, the bad ones, are the one where he insta overheads and the one where he delay swipes, because both of those are hard to time. All the other ones are fine. Even the one from the sky sometimes, although it feels like sometimes that comes sooner than it should. Again, my guess is that I'm just noticing all of this a lot more because I'm dying in one hit. Do I have another Covenant? There's no reason for me to be wearing this one. Oh, okay, let's see. I have that in Way of Blue. Which I don't really want. For reference, my personal favourite Covenant in this game is Mound Makers. Although, I think Mound Makers were very badly designed for what they were supposed to do. Mound Makers were a brilliant idea, in a way, that just was very poorly executed, really, because they behave exactly like Red Phantoms because of the way they're implemented in the game. But, yeah. They should be able to go into boss fights, really. And there was a glitch where you could do that for a little bit. They didn't intend it, but then they fixed it. But, yeah, Mound Makers absolutely should be able to go into the boss fight with you, because the whole thing is that you're not supposed to know whether they're going to betray you or not, and you've got to be constantly vigilant of it. There was no incentive to ever summon one either, that was the thing. But in principle, I absolutely love the idea of the Mound Makers Covenant. And I still did have some fun with it, just not as much as I would have liked. That was annoying. Look at it. It makes so many noises. Lorien, mate. There's a story behind why Lorien's sword's on fire, and I forget what it is. I think it's something to do with slaying a great demon, but I think it was a specific demon. I just don't remember which one it was. I feel like it might have been the Demon King that you fight, but like when he was more powerful or something and he comes back to life or something? I don't know. It was definitely related in some way to that. I just don't remember. Still need to do all Demon King. Oh, not all Demon King. All old Demon King. I haven't even tried using a shield. I could do that. Shield's boring though. That doesn't make the run very as challenging either if I use an 100% fizz block shield. That's just nowhere near as interesting. I couldn't even see that because the fucking camera in the log. What was that? I forgot that attack was in the thing. I should have gone for a second one there. Oh my god, stop teleporting, please. Jesus, he's moving around all over the place. Give me a 2-fer though. Basically a 3-fer. A 4-fer. Can it be a 5-fer? Nah, not really. That is such a dodgy roll. It's untrue. Okay, it didn't let me do what I wanted to do there. I pressed the button, as you can see, for the riposte, but it didn't give it to me. I guess you have to be standing in front of him. I forgot that riposte was even a thing, though. I don't remember ever getting that. My guess is that it's because I usually use a much heavier weapon, which admittedly should theoretically stagger more. But I think what it is just that I'm hitting him so regularly that I'm building up stagger, and then it's just happening. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is, because I don't remember that happening at all. The only bosses I remember riposting in my casual playthroughs are like, what, Midia, because I think that one's set. Who else even do you even riposte, like, without parrying, really? There's really not many. I think maybe the Demon Princes, possibly. Something tells me that you can riposte. I did riposte them. There's really not many. I kind of wish there was more parryable bosses in this game, to be honest, because I get that people think that the parrying kind of cheapens the boss fights a little bit sometimes if it's a bit too easy. But I think there are ways around that. Like Pontiff Sullivan is a great example of that. Because that fight is... Well, let me concentrate on this first. Yep, I fucked it. That fight is only as difficult as it is because the second phase makes parrying much harder. I still did it for Soul Level 1. Partly for the fun and partly because it was kind of a cheapish way to do it. But yeah, they find a way around it. I just think the able to parry bosses is cool because it just makes the fight more interesting. It's kind of annoying though because I'm not really parrying in this run because most of the time it's not worth me doing. And that means that by the time I finish this run, if I want to go into another run and start parrying again, I'm going to be so out of practice. I don't parry most enemies though, really. Because it's not really worth it most of the time. Like I say, Pontiff's worth parrying, at least in the first phase, but there aren't really many enemies in this game where much really make parrying worth it. Look at that. He's so ready. Come on. I like that stab, because if you see it immediately, you can almost always get an attack in. That's true of a lot of this guy's attacks, actually. A lot of it's about how quickly you see him. Because if you see him, most of the time you can just go for it. If you see him go for an attack, you know. Don't like that one, though. That one's annoying. Whoa, the 3 combo, that's a rare one. Followed up by the nice stab though. So. That one you barely have time to process at all. Sometimes he gives you a hint at what he's going to do after he's teleported before he teleports, but not always, so it's like inconsistent as fuck. That attack's so nice if you're close, because it's a guaranteed 2. Wow, I forgot that was a thing entirely. I think he's done that only via teleporting so far, so I forgot it was a thing he could do outside of teleporting, but to be fair, most of the attacks he can do without the teleport. It's just so quick. It's like from this to this is maybe more... It must be more than a second, but it's like, well, I'd say that, I'm not sure it is. It's really, really, really quick. That was better, though. That was a better run. I think I'll keep going until past or 11, and then leave it for the night. I'm just glad we beat Dragon Slayer. So glad. That is progress at the end of the day, and that's good. Especially because I do at least predict that this fight will take less time to get good at. I think, anyway. Gotta love when you've got no clothes on, the shield just sort of hangs in mid-air. I'm getting better at that by holding the button, which is a really terrible solution. Like holding the button to run and then using it to dodge if I need to, which is an awful solution. Terrible, terrible, terrible dodging practice. It will get you killed. feel like he's doing that as quick now. Maybe I'm just getting used to it. Oh, come on! I didn't see that properly, but I'm guessing that my dodge just didn't activate quite in time, but that must have been within a few frames, because that felt very much like it was fine. Oh man, I'm not enjoying the journey back to this boss though. It's worse than you think. It's probably about the same as it was to Ornstein, but it feels like longer. I'll tell you one thing which really annoys me is that bonfire ascetics aren't a thing in this game. Like, I think that bonfire ascetics weren't designed particularly well in Dark Souls 2 because they kind of broke the game in a way, because if you took advantage of them, you could farm bosses for XP, and that just, I guess it was just another option in a way, but it kind of cheapened the progression a little bit, made it very difficult to scale the game properly. But the idea of using bonfire ascetics just to refight a boss, I love, because whilst nowadays I tend to just play through the games multiple times, if I was a Souls player who didn't play the games a lot, but really enjoyed the boss fight and just wanted to do that boss fight again, I'd just like an item that lets me refight the boss. It wouldn't have to even give me any rewards. I wouldn't have to get souls from it. That'd just be really fun. I'd love that. You know what I mean? Placement. In fact, we're just in a bad spot here, so I'm going to move away. So I just don't want to. I want him to teleport. I don't want to be near that. You want to be in the center area basically for the whole fight. So it's just a massive. Are you going to attack me? You do know you can teleport. Okay, this is actually hilarious. Wow. That was so funny. What? Again? You must be able to hear me press the button. Like, Jesus. I think that's really the common theme here, is not knowing what attacks are safe. It's just reaction timing needs to be absolutely bang on to not get hit at all. Oh, come on, I want at least to get to phase 2 again before the stream's done. That 180 spin. Boy, be my head. No, father. What did you say to me? I always got that in my head for some reason. Really? Can we not play this game, please? Good. Because I'd really rather not, you know. Oh, I misread that horribly. I'm amazed I'm alive. The particle effects on his sword are incredible. Was that the massive attack except no wind up? Because if so, I don't think I've ever seen that. I really don't remember it. I think that's just one attack. I shouldn't dodge back there. Because now he's probably going to do some crazy ass thing. Yep. Oh, that was close. Da, 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 da. The violins in this song are incredible. Oh no, riposte, please. Oh, that's so sad. I mean, that time I don't know what went wrong, because I was definitely positioned fine. I think you just have to be... Maybe it's probably the sort of thing where it's like all Souls games, sometimes the riposte is a tiny bit later than you think. Like, they're in the stagger position, but you've got to wait a second for some reason. And I'm probably just not giving it that time. Which is annoying, because it shouldn't be that way, but... does just happen sometimes. It's a horrible angle. Please can we not die on the first hit, like always? It's getting really old. Amazing. The music is so good. What? I dodged that fine. For fuck's sake. That's really annoying. I don't know if maybe... Because sometimes when you're further away from them, if you dodge that attack, it still hits you. I feel like it must be to do with the distance between you, because it seems to never happen when I'm really close, but it always seems to happen when I'm really far away. That's really annoying though, because I was actually on second phase and I feel like that was a mistake. Yeah, I feel like the riposte is just a case of me hitting him before I realised it's happened. It feels like that's something common to the engine they used to build this Bloodborne and Bloodborne, because I've seen videos where that happens in Bloodborne as well, where you're ready for the riposte and you hit the timing, but you just hit them. Just because you've done it slightly before the game's ready for it almost. It's just annoying because I feel like riposte actually does a lot for me in this game, due to the fact that my damage isn't really high by default. If you can get him locked into this pattern, it's the best thing ever. Whoa! That was very close. Okay, so let's see. That felt the same to me, and yeah, that time it worked. I was closer, so I think that has to be it. So I think if I'm far away, I just have to really concentrate on the timing and make absolutely sure it's bang on. Right, there we go. Yeah, you just have to wait a second, as always. It's stupid, but there you go. Whoa! That was intensely quick, considering that's just after the post. That's mean. What was that? Excuse me, no double teleport, please. That is bullshit. I don't think I've ever seen you do that. No thanks. Jesus. That's horrible. Oh wait, can I just stand close and you won't teleport? Answer is no. Guys, I hit them. Guys, I hit them again. And again. What's going on? Madman. Yeah, you want to try and hit both of them if I recall. Again! What? Is it just bigger on the second phase? I don't understand. That's really weird. Huh. Am I forgetting something about this phase? Maybe I'm standing too close. I don't know. That's odd. Because you can see I'm using the same dodge. I don't know if maybe the second phase I just have to dodge 90 degrees to it. Because usually I dodge 45 degrees to it. Ish. You know, like diagonal. But maybe I just have to go right or left. It feels like right or left usually kills you though. I don't know. I'll see. That was better though. I got into the rhythm in the second phase there. Like, I honestly feel like this is the kind of fight where it's not like Ornstein where I have to grind him down to the lowest HP. I feel like any time from now could be the time. Because if I just don't get cheated like that, I'm already playing reasonably well. And I could definitely get to the point where they're dead. And that'd be good, because once we get past this, I mean, this is a great boss fight in itself, but we get on to some really, really, really cool stuff soon. Particularly Nameless King, and then really the DLC is what I'm looking forward to. Freed and Gale and Midir. Midir! That's going to be really difficult. Because Midir has some bullshit laser attacks that are really difficult to dodge. Yeah. Well, more than that, actually. Just Midir's size and the camera control and that malarkey with Soul Level 1. I can't afford to take a single hit. It's going to be a nightmare. I barely timed that right because of the camera. Yeah, it must be a phase 2 thing because you're doing the same fucking thing. I'm just gonna warn myself, I think it'll be, yeah, riposte soon. There we go. So it's actually about half health. I do not remember that. That's so quick. God, he's aggressive after that every time. Must you? Okay. Please be gentle. Oh no! No! Oh! Okay. That tells me two things. That tells me firstly that I can't go for an attack there at all. No way. It also tells me that Lorien's mini, tiny, shitty projectiles seem to do a lot more damage than Aldrich's did, because they are... Not many hit me. That was like 2 or 3, and they, like, murdered me. So, I don't think I can afford to be hit by any of those. And certainly one of the Soul Spears will just kill me. That's really annoying. That's fair enough, though. That's just a learning experience. I did not know that until that point. I'll just have to... That's going to slow things down a lot, though, in the second phase, because Lothric does that so much. And his bloody Soul Spears as well. It's not so bad, sort of attack to attack. It's more when Lorien goes for his big wind-up attacks, the really one-hit kill ones, you know, this, all that shit. Lothric's always casting spells then. That's the most annoying thing. Once Lothric's dead, it'll be a lot less of a problem. Then it's just Lorien again. Obviously, I've proved I can do that as long as I get reasonable RNG. I still cannot believe all bosses Soul Level 1 is a speedrun category. That is absolutely insane to me. Well, I don't know if it's all bosses. I just know that there isn't a Soul Level 1 run. I actually don't know if there is an all bosses one. I assume there is though. If you think about that for a fraction of a second too long, you're just dead. You're just dead. Because you're like, oh, which one is he doing? Is he doing the delayed one or the really, really quick one? Oh, he's doing the quick... Oh, I'm dead. You've just no time to think. Right. Cool. Look at that. It'll get you. Wham. Whammo. One of the things I really like about this game is that one of the first enemies you encounter is the Lothric Knights, and they have an amazing armor set which you can get just there and then if you farm them. It's really cool. It's quite rare that games give you armor sets that are that bull and that early on, but yeah, it's neat. Okay, don't think about it, Patrick. Well, do, but... All the camera could not work, and as a result, I don't die. Like, excuse me? What? That's so weird. Oh, it is this. Oh. It's just some of his attacks, the damage frames activate so early in that swing. Well, there's no damage frames, is there? It's just the hitboxes, I guess. there are damage frames, but you know, within the swing, most of that swing is damage frames, other than the bit where it goes behind my head, sort of thing, you know. Yeah. Stab into the ground, boy. Gotta destroy the pews. Gotta love how my ambient glow just lights up the wall. Oh, it's like a swipe. Still isn't going to be useful, but nice to know. Come on, let's go. Fuck your double teleport bullshit, that is terrifying. I do not recall that being part of this fight. It's horrible. Oh, that makes me want to bite myself, because it's like, you don't know it's happened. It's really weird. Most of the time in Souls games, if you fucked a dodge, you know it before you're even dead, because you press the button and you're like, well, I'm fucked. But there, it feels like I pressed the button and either the dodge hasn't activated or I seem to die anyway. I guess his swings are just very fast. Again, not the sort of thing you notice on a casual playthrough because you don't die in one hit, basically. You know what I'd love to see is a Dark Souls 3 speedrun race of all bosses. That'd be pretty sick. Because that race could swing either way so many times. Because Dark Souls 3 runs are just very reset heavy, I feel like. Well, at least all bosses is. So if you actually said, we're going to finish this run, let's see who wins. Be interesting. Oh, fuck off! Hitbox! Fuck right off! I might not have dodged that correctly, and that is on me, but that sword was nowhere near my head. Hitboxes, please. Just look at that. The views are incredible. I also love how from here, you can literally see the boss fight. Like, I don't know what side it would be. I assume it's up there. Is where you end up going. Once you go into the Grand Archives, you come out over there, and then go all the way over this bridge, and then fight them right at the top. Yeah, it would be over there. So cool. That's quite true for a lot of this game. You can see where you're going far in advance, which is very cool. Headphone rearrangement, time 101. Hair out of face and mouth and eyes and general orifices. Put them back on, secure glasses, turn around, over the switch, here we go. Nice and easy, boys. Come on. Can we at least get to second phase? Would greatly appreciate. I just feel like continuing to walk helps a lot for some reason. It is amazing how much easier this gets when you're in the real model. It's like even when he teleports, you're just so much more likely to dodge it when it happens regularly than at the beginning of the fight when it's the first time and you've got no frame of reference. It's so strange. Yes, keep doing those attacks. They're being a very easy window. You not teleporting is great, mate. There we go. Got a lot of Lothrics just there watching his brother get like, wrecked. Yeah, I feel that's kind of a 2 attack, but not regularly enough for it to be worth actually trying for. I'm not going to go for that 'cause I'm not close enough and this chair's in the way. Wait, he's not gone yet? Oh, there we go. I guess he was one hit behind what I thought he was. Oh shit, I'm next to them. Oh, great. God, that goes on for a while. Wow, and that doesn't give me enough time to heal. Okay, that's a news flash, because I'm amazed that happened, because like I decided not to go for the attack, right? Because I knew the projectiles were going to come and come and come. And they did, but then they didn't stop. I felt like that went on forever, and then I needed to heal, but I guess I just picked the wrong time. I can get over that, but still, God, that's brutal. I will say this though, even if I praise the music in this game, it's definitely not Bloodborne standard. I have some of the Bloodborne OST just on my Spotify playlist because it's so fucking good. Frickin' Maria and Ludwig have the best themes in that game. So good. And Gascoigne. And Amygdala and Cleric Beast. Circle strats are definitely the way to go with this guy. As with most Souls bosses in all fairness. Oh, I thought he went way away! It's no good when he just teleports next to you, because by the time you realise what's going on, you're walking into him. I think I kind of realised one of the reasons I love the Souls games so much recently, and that's that it just combines other things that I really love. Two of my favourite series in existence are the Metroid Prime series and the Metroid series in general, and the Zelda series, and I suddenly realised that Dark Souls has a lot of elements of both of those, really. Because it has the exploration and discovery that you get in the Prime games, as well as kind of some of the upgrades, all that's less of a thing, but some of the backtracking as well, particularly in Dark Souls 1. But in a good way, not in a bad backtracking way. And you get the Zelda side of things from almost like the dungeon and boss design sort of thing, which I think is really cool. Again, camera please. that attack. That immediate overhead I decided was one of the worst. That was actually my fault. I'm annoyed at myself for it, but that was actually my fault. God damn it. I'll give it a few more goes, then call it a night. At the end of the day, I beat Dragon Slayer, which is more than, you know, more than I'm happy with. Beat Dragon Slayer and got to phase 2 of this fight is good. Okay, focus.
But you may steal too, if you like.
That's the worst. You want to at least have a few dodges in there, you know. Then you can say you've had your fun. That was brutal. Not a happy boy. I have no idea what's going on outside of my flat, but there's many loud noises. It's not uncommon, really. That wall, isn't that a nice wall? What a lovely wall. Okay. Oh, that dodge without seeing, boys. Beautiful. Lost you. You did an overhead as a second attack. It's usually the first. I don't like I have to relock on after a riposte. Excuse me. You're usually like ridiculously aggressive at this point. Thank you. Live up to it, son. I also feel like Lorian's model is bigger than I remember because I expected Ornstein to be easier to hit, but the range on the broadsword was much more of a problem than Makes me want to eat myself. Does make me want to eat myself. Auto cannibalism. Lovely. I don't know why that's my reaction. It's really weird. But, what was I even saying? Who knows at this point? Yeah, Lorien is easier to hit than I expected, basically. Mate, swipe them from off their feet. Yeah, in fact, I think we'll have one more attempt and then we'll call it a... I'm not as afraid to end the session this time because last time I was just so close to killing Ornstein, I just wanted to do it. But I don't think I'm that close on this one. Need some time to perfect the even phase 1, so... Yeah, it's got a while yet. So I'll call it a day after this one. I just love the grass crash shield though. I do have Chloranthy on, don't I? Yeah. Good. Chloranthy and thingy, grass crest. Amazing. If the camera behaves, this is so much easier, but sometimes it just doesn't, and that makes it a lot harder, because then you cannot see what's going on. Because that's what you have to rely on, else you can't see where he's bloody going when he teleports. Like, because the lock-on broke there, I assumed he was far away, and in this case he was, but that's just not always the case, because the game doesn't function sometimes. It's very poorly positioned for that. Again, no, that was perfect. It actually remained locked on, so I knew that I must be nearby. Sometimes the lock-on breaks when it shouldn't, or doesn't break when it should. And that makes it horrible. Okay, it's pretty close to phase 2. Nice. Right. Please be gentle, because, like, my god. Ah. Yeah, it's like, I had to dodge to just not get annihilated by projectiles, but then that happened to dodge me into that. I don't feel like I had much of a choice in that respect. You know what I might try? I might try running away from that, rather than dodging. Because if I know I can't do damage anyway, if I run, it's possible that I'll just get out of the way. I don't know, we'll see next time. Either way, that's it for tonight. We beat Dragon Slayer. End of the day, that's all I actually give a shit about. So, I'm happy. Yeah, that's it. Bye!